Hi YouTube, my name's Peter, and this is the first episode of my Nuzlocke series. I will be going through a Nuzlocke challenge, and if you do not know what that is, it abides by two rules to make the difficulty harder in Pokemon games. These are self-imposed rules, you can't actually put settings on them in the game, but the challenge itself has become quite popular throughout the community. But I'm putting an interesting spin on it, so hopefully you will enjoy it. I call it the Roulette Nuzlocke Challenge. There's two basic rules for those who aren't familiar with Nuzlocke. The first rule is that any Pokemon that faints is considered dead and must be released. Now, I don't quite have a release. I'm not going to release the dead Pokemon if something dies, but I will put it in a dead box, so it will not be used from there. I prefer to honor their memory if I grow quite close to it. Rule number two, and this challenge only has two essential rules. The player may only catch the first Pokemon encountered in each area, and none else. If the first Pokemon encountered faints, or flees, or I run out of balls, there are no second chances. This means that I can only catch whatever Pokemon I encounter. Now, you might be thinking, alright, well this guarantees I'll either catch a Pidove or a Patrat, because they start at the beginning of Pokemon Black. But I'm doing something a little bit differently. When I was looking through the internet for interesting cheats to do on my Pokemon game, I found a great one. It's called Battle Randomizer. What it does is any wild battle randomizes the opponent based on the levels of the area. So in the first area, the Pokemon could be level 2, 3, and 4, and it gives me any Pokemon from number 1 to number 646. This includes Genesect, Bulbasaur, Pidgeotto, Mew, anything. It could be anything. That's what makes this interesting. The first Pokemon I encounter, I have to catch. Or if I don't, I miss out on catching it. Now, I can never catch a second Pokemon in any area anyway. So this means every Pokemon that I do encounter counts. I will run through the rules as I go. There is a lot of luck based to this playthrough. I've made a couple of additions. What I call the Master Ball Roulette, among other things. A couple of the conditions I've imposed. All Pokemon that need Wi-Fi traits to evolve are allowed to evolve, meaning if I have a Kadabra, I am allowed to evolve it off-screen. That's okay. But as long as I'm not getting Pokemon from another game, that it doesn't disrupt the challenge. This is so that Pokemon like that aren't impeded. The second condition is that the dead Pokemon aren't released, they're just playing the dead box. I've already established that. Third condition is all Pokemon must be nicknamed. I will go through the nicknames of my Pokemon later. Condition number 4 is that all legendaries may be caught, but never used. There is an exception, however, if they are encountered through the wild random battles, then I may catch them. Whiting out is game over and starting again. This means that if I lose all my Pokemon, that's it, game over. I have to start from the very beginning and hopefully catch better Pokemon next time or do a better job next time. The next aspect is if the chosen starter dies, the community chooses a new one to replace it beginning at level 5, meaning I will always have a starter with me. That being said, however, all the other Pokemon can die, and beginning at level 5, if this happens really late in the game, we'll put him really far behind, and, you know, it won't be helpful. I'll have to train them up from the beginning. Items are not allowed to be used in battle. Now, this is more of a general rule. I do use Pokeballs, etc., but potions and the like, not allowed to be used in battle. This is so to make it fair. I've actually included an actual replay cheat so the opponents don't use items either. This makes it fair because, let's face it, nobody runs on the battlefield and squirts their Pokemon in the face with a potion. It doesn't happen. It just never happens. You never see Ash do it in the series, even though he does use a potion. You just never see these things happen. So I figure this adds to the realism. You know, it makes it a bit more of a challenge. And it means I have to win every battle on each Pokemon's merit. The options are turned to set rather than switch. This means I can't know what Pokemon he's going to send out next, and I must treat it competitively. So if I have to, I must switch out and take the attack with the second Pokemon rather than switch out for a better matchup. And the final condition is that all Pokemon encounters are entirely random. This is something I went over earlier. Now, due to the roulette nature of the game, rule number 2 has a couple of alterations. The first Pokemon seen in an area must be caught, as I established before. If you fail to catch it, bad luck. Also established before. These are traditional. If you have already caught the Pokemon or one of its other forms or evolutions, this does not count as the first encounter for that area. This means that if I catch a Horsea in a random battle in route number 1, and I go to route number 2, and I see Kingdra, I'm not allowed to catch it. But at the same time, it doesn't count as my first encounter. So if I keep encountering Horsea and Seadra and Kingdra, I can't catch any of them. That being said, however, the next battle that's anything else, i.e. if it's Pidgeotto or if it's Dusclops, then I'm allowed to catch it. But then that counts as my first encounter with that Pokemon. If I don't catch the previous Pokemon, I am allowed to do it if I encounter it later as my first one anyway. So you sort of get where I'm going there. Branched evolutions, sort of like the Eevees and, Poliwrath and Politoed. I am allowed to catch one of them, but not on the same branch. So this includes branch Pokemon. So if I find a Poliwrath and I already have Politoed, can't catch it. The last two rules is Ordino can be caught regardless of area, because it's so common. I figure, why not? It's an exception. It's a useless Pokemon. There's not really that much going with it. It's useless. So I mean, it's an exception. If I find it through wiggling grass, whatever. The last rule is the Master Ball Roulette. Now this, because of the nature of the game, I could potentially encounter a very low catch rate Pokemon from the get-go. Something with a 45 catch rate or less is considered a low catch rate. This includes things like Venusaur, Mewtwo, although Mewtwo's is 3, Typhlosion, Pokemon you just generally don't see. Without planning for these, it's hard to use a Pokeball to catch these, especially if I don't have any status moves at the time. You know, I could end up going through Route 3, Route 4, Route 5, Route 6, and not get a single Pokemon. And I'm stuck with one starter, trying to win. And it's almost impossible considering you're at a type disadvantage at the first gym anyway. So that has to be considered. Anyway, so that's the rules. But to talk about Master Ball Roulette a little bit more, and this is the last thing I'm going to do. Master Ball Roulette happens in battles with low catch rates, like I said before. Every turn of dice is thrown, 1 to 6. That's the value of the dice. I know there's D20s and other kinds of dice, but it's a 1 to 6 dice. And every turn of dice is thrown. If it lands on the number 1, then I get to throw a Master Ball that turn. I have 900 Master Balls in this playthrough, so that allows me to use one of them. If I don't roll a 1, I must proceed with that move as if I was fighting it normally. Whether I wanted to run away, whether I wanted to fight it, when I wanted to switch, I just get a normal turn. I can throw a Pokeball at this point if I want to try and catch it that way, thinking I might get a lucky shot, but that comes down to my choice. If I elect to play Master Ball Roulette and that Pokemon dies or flees, I lose that Master Ball Roulette challenge. And that means I lose that Master Ball, I can't do it again, and I've also lost that Pokemon too. Now it's unlikely, but it can happen if I start attacking that Pokemon with offensive moves and stuff like that. It can die like that, and I miss out my opportunity. Now the last condition is every time I could defeat a gym leader or a rival, I roll the dice. If I get an odd number, I get a Master Ball Roulette added, and if I don't, and if I get even, I don't get a Master Ball Roulette added. So I've already fought 3 rival battles. One against Bianca, Charon, and N. I did these off screen. I've got 2 Master Ball Roulettes. This because I rolled a 1 on Bianca, I rolled a 4 on Charon, and a 5 on N. So that means I get 2 Master Ball Roulettes just in case. I don't have to use them, and I can't use them on anything of a 50 catch rate or over anyway. So if it's got a decent catch rate, I have to go for it normal. Alright, so I think I'm going to get into it now. It's starting to go afternoon in my game, so that's happening. So I think I've spent a bit of time rambling on. I do hope you enjoy this video. I am new to the community and to commentary, among other things. So, bear with me. I will get better. Hopefully my voice doesn't annoy you too much. I realize I can't hear it the same way you guys do. And you never hear your voice the same. So, hopefully it's okay. But yeah, so I've already started this game. I'd like to tell you that I've picked Snivy as my starter. He's quite a good Pokemon. I used him in my proper playthrough of Pokemon White. This is Pokemon Black, but during Pokemon White I used him. With Pokemon Roulette, you can add an optional rule to have to use Snivy or a grass Pokemon at all times because to represent the zero. To represent the zero on a roulette wheel. But I just picked Snivy because I like him best. And that's okay with me. On Route 1 I found Bronzor. And he's quite a good Pokemon as well. Like, I was able to catch him straight away. Had no problems with him. He comes with Tackle, Confusion, and I leveled him to level 7, and he now has Hypnosis, which is fantastic, because quite frankly, it's going to be very difficult to predict what Pokemon I'm going to find, and I'm going to need a status move that isn't a poison type. It doesn't cause poison or burn. This will help me catch them much easier. My third Pokemon, and I've already gone to Route 2, because I've beaten N, I've gotten the running shoes. On Route 2, I found Stunky. Stunky is a poison dark type. It's actually the first dark type I've ever used in any game ever, which is quite new for me. And he comes with a couple of decent moves. Also, Poisonous Gas, which guarantees poison, which is quite a useful move to take down Pokemon. And considering how defensive he is, it's a good stall tactic. So there's that. My Snivy is currently level 10, and he's very, very strong. Like, I don't know why, but he seems to be better than the other Snivys I've used in the past. So maybe I just got a good roll with the IVs. I don't know, but you know, he's performing. So there's that. All right, let's get started. Well, starting my journey. I'm already at Route 2. So yeah, I see a Pokeball in the distance. I want that. And I'm going to show you how the battles actually work now. Because look, Slugma, do you ever see Slugma? No, you do not. I've already caught the first Pokemon in this area, so I can't catch Slugma here. I send out my Stunky because I'm two times weak to everything. Shit. Okay, that was tough. I'm allowed unlimited rests at the Pokemon Center. You know, so you're not wasting too much time watching me run around like a madman. Here we go. Smooch him! It's a smooch him! Yeah, I'm gonna run from these. Ah. Well, all it's got is Pounder. Might as well kill it. Ah. Whoops. Whatever. Bah! It's another smooch him! What are the odds? This one's level 6. So, it's gonna lick me. I hope it doesn't paralyze, because that would be bad. So, Solid's quite solid. I really like using him. I've never used a Bronzor before. So it's kind of new to me. I tend to use a lot of very different Pokemon than... Seriously, a third Smoochum? Okay, that's really rare. Those always help. I like potions. Okay, here we go. Is your Patrat in the top 2%, buddy? Alright, youngster Jimmy. Shit, his Patrat's level 7. It's gonna be a tough bastard. I'm going to use Wrap. Let's get this started with some residual damage. Then hit him with a Vine Whip. Hit him with another Vine Whip, and that will be game. Yes, I'm too strong. Bow before my might. Who are you? Hey, you. Yes. Okay, wait 1 second. Oh, that was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. I wish I could do that. Oh, wait, yes, I can. Yeah, that's good advice. Now, trainer Pokemon are quite predictable because they're not random. So this allows me to train like normally with them. So look, Purloin it's quite predictable. It's not a tough Pokemon to beat. I just leer it to lower its defense, and then I just Vine Whip it the crap out of it. Okay, maybe I won't Vine Whip it. I'll leer it again. Switch to something different because now my attack has fallen. So I'll switch to my Stunky. I call him Oda. I was going to call him Peppy, but it's a girl, so I figured wouldn't be appropriate to call him Peppy. Going to use Poison Gas. That's going to get some nice residual damage going. And Stunky's a beast, so he takes that like an absolute champ. And I'm going to go back into my Snivy because Snivy can do it too. Snivy is somewhat defensive for some reason. I don't know why. I really do not know. Like this Snivy, somewhat doesn't take damage from anything. That's Mally. Okay. Thank you. Give me your money. Get the fuck off. More grass. Alright, better heal up. So I'm just going to fast. Okay, so back on the road. Up I go. Shit. But this is a good XP opportunity too. So I should have used this in the first place. Umbreon's quite slow, but now I'm going to switch because I don't want to take damage from this in this next move. I think it's a tackle. So I'm going to go into my solid. I know I've got the type disadvantage, but I don't think it's got crunch. It'll probably be something like tackle or pound. Helping hand. Yeah, exactly. So I use tackle. Use tackle again. Even after one defense boost, it's still taking 1 damage. So I'm alright. And I finish it off. And down he goes. Now you might be wondering why I called my Snivy Blade V. That nickname is actually quite special to me because... Shit. I'm super weak to bug. But anyway. As I was saying, my first Pokemon game was Pokemon Red and Blue. Probably all of your first Pokemon games were the same. Red or Blue. And I started with Venusaur. Well, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur. And I thought a really cool name at the time would be Blade. And ever since then, every starter I've put, and they've all been the grass starter, I've called them all Blade. So this is hence Blade 5, because he's Generation 5, Blade 5. Well, Blade V, because it's Roman numerals. Yeah, I'm going to leer you down. Hopefully weaken you enough. Yeah, so Lillipup is actually quite a strong Pokemon for this early area, because it gets Stab on Tackle. And Stab on Tackle is amazing at this point, because, you know, there's all that extra damage. It's just, it's almost unfair. But I'm much stronger, so, you know, a beginner would be caught off guard by the amount of power Lillipup would have. Now that's cut for later. Damn that tree. It's so thin and you know, cuttable. Can't believe I can't get past it. Never got those trees. You'd think they'd make them a lot bigger, like really, really bushy or really, really thorny. But there's nothing. They're just like sticks. A couple of big sticks with a couple of balls on the end of them. Oh, is this a battle? No. I don't think I'm ready. Oh, alright, alright. Fine. Fuck. Alright, rival battle. So, if I win this and I roll correctly, I get a Master Ball Roulette. Okay, so she leads with Lilipop. So that's expected. Gonna hit it with a Vine Whip. Take the tackle. Vine Whip again. Should take it out. Usher what? Now, this one's the easy one, but I'm gonna switch to Bronzor and see if I can get some experience there. If I hit it with a Hypnosis, it should be mine for the game. There we go. I don't want that missing on a wild battle though. That would be important. So hit it with Confusion. Maybe you'll get the Confuse hacks too. So I'm hitting it pretty hard. But I'll hit it with another Confusion. I'm faster than it, somehow. It's not very effective, so even its best gun... Shit. Okay, that hurt a little bit more than I thought. Coming. Yep, so $700 for winning. That's quite nice. Alright, so I'm in the city. Just going to check around for some items. Yep, there's one. I think it's a good time to get them. And I know there's one down by the fountain. So, yeah. I'll go get that too. X speeds are useless to me because I can't use them in battle. It's a bit of a shame. But I never use them anyway, so it's... Well, I guess it's not that big of a loss then. Ooh, great ball. That's great. And I'm going to go to the Dusk Ball Man because I remember he's around here somewhere. That Dusk Ball is going to be important. Hopefully it'll help me catch something really good. I'm sure there's a cave coming up soon. Save because I don't want to go through this again and I don't want to crash the game. Dum-dee-da. I know this isn't as action-packed as many of you would like. Ooh, Kangaskhan. I've been in this area, so, I mean, nothing I can do can really... Yeah, so, this is just training. I whip your baby. The hell? Okay, that Comet Punch hit it quite a few times. Gonna hit it with a Confusion, see how much damage it does. I'm gonna switch because I don't know if it's gonna leave me again or not, but I don't want to take the hit. So it'll probably do the same damage anyway. I'll hit it with a poison gas to... Shit, that was close. I'm gonna switch back. Hopefully they all level up off this guy. He's freaking tough. So defense fell, but I get some of that nice residual damage. So hit him with confusion. And I get critted. None of that was very effective, but I still hate that crit. I mean, yeah. To think, if I'd gotten this Kangaskhan earlier, it would have made a great Pokemon. Solid grew to level 8. It's fantastic. My Blade 5 grew to level 12. It's pretty good. Just going to go get them healed because that took a lot out of them. Level 7 Kangaskhan. Ouch. Don't want to risk the deaths. It's a cave, so I can go in here. Save it for gate crashing, but yep, so they're saying we are training here. Don't care. I'll just give it a sec. Okay, so I'm going to hit it with a Vine Whip to start off with. Because there's great stab on that. I'm going to hit it with a Leer. It's going to growl me again. But I'm going to make the switch, so it doesn't matter. To Odor. I know it's a lower level, but that means it's going to get heaps of XP from this. Poison Gas. Really? Seriously? Ah. Hate those misses. Poison Gas is quite an accurate move. It shouldn't be missing this much. Well, I guess at 95% it's not bad. Gonna hit Screech. What the? Assist must be used one of your teammates' moves, but that was a fantastic play though. Good to get the flinch on that. Another Purloin. Poison Gas. Okay, so the Growl's pretty good for me. To be honest, I really didn't want to take an attack. Just in case of the... I'm not going to attack with him. I am going to get the Screech off and then switch. But I'm just glad he's not lowering my defense, because that would be worse. And these Growls are really working for me, to be honest. Because these stat drops will be gone by the time I get out. So back into Blade V. Scratch takes it like a boss because, you know, Vine Whip Vine Whip that bitch. And down it goes. And it goes down just like the last Airy. That was so dirty. She must be like half my age. I wish you could hear this music. Youngster Joey. Oh, it's a pat rat. Oh my god. Man, this thing's taking ages to take down. Okay, so second pat rat. Go switch to the dark type because probably better take the bite. Gonna hit him with a scratch because hoping for the flinch. If I was to get the flinch off, that would be quite nice. Solid grew to level 9. Still no. Screech. Hit him with a poison gas. Shit. That did a lot more damage than I thought it would. Okay, so Blade V. Ah, that Lee. Not good, but I should KO out this turn. With enough residual damage. And a stab Vine Whip. Yep. Taken down. And that worked out well. At this point I'm going to save it, because... Again, got to prevent crashing. It says I've been playing for 1 hour 47 minutes, but it's not quite right. I've left it on for a little bit. So it's not really accurate. Okay, I get Pampor now. But I have to put it in the box because I can't use it. Yes, I'll nickname it. I nickname it Squirt. Because that's not dirty at all. Take that. Next defend. Useless again. And that cone's in the way, and there's a ball back there, and I think I get cut off this. I must get cut off this stimulator. So I'm just going to heal up, because I can heal as many times as I want. So I'm going to do a bit of training here. Shit. Oh, that's not good. Okay, that works out well for me. See, these are the kind of Pokemon you can get. Chandelure doesn't have great moves at the beginning, but since Tackle doesn't affect him, I really don't have many moves that can take him out. Confusion's doing some decent damage though, so I'm going to stick to that. That should actually be good XP. See, 102. That's not bad. Now I'm going to go heal up because full health is full health and I want full health. But see, that's how difficult this challenge can potentially be. If that had come in at level 7, who knows what moves would have had. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So, thank you for watching. Click like if you like the video, comment if you want to say something, subscribe if you want to see more. I will be uploading more. Feel free to leave any constructive criticism. I'm happy to take it all on board. How to make this more fun or more enjoyable for you. This is just getting started, so most people will probably hop on towards the end of the game or the really difficult battles. But you know, when you do, hopefully you'll look back to this as, you know, holy shit, fuck. Fuck. Okay, well, see, here's how you can get royally screwed over. Smoke screen for the loss in accuracy. Just going to try and screech it. And just scratch it to death from here. I still don't like that. Ah, I knew it would miss. Damn this smoke screen. So I'm going to switch it to my Blade V. Hopefully you can take a hit. Hopefully it's not Ember. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, crap. So I'm switching. Really don't have much choice. So I take the Leer. But at least I'll survive. If he hits him with the Ember. And I'll take him out. Very luckily. Because Typhlosion is tough. Okay, now I need to heal everybody because, you know, that shit hurt. See, that's what makes this game so hard. You get a tough Pokemon like that, and everything you've got is straight away weak to it. Not really that much you can do. So yeah, if you like my vid, like, comment, subscribe. If you have any constructive criticism, feel free to let me know. I'll be happy to hear out what you have to say. If you want to include anything else in your summary of what you see me doing, and yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed what you've seen. So, thank you. Bye.